Have you ever woken up in a cold sweat, half remembering a dream you couldn't explain? Maybe you saw a strange landscape full of bizarre architecture and unrecognizable surfaces, or perhaps a gigantic beast appeared in silhouette, only partially understandable. If these experiences sound familiar, you might have been visited by the depths dweller himself, Cthulhu. Don't worry, you won't suffer long if he reaches out like that. The end of the world might not be imminent. And maybe it was just a nightmare caused by a bad meal. Who's to say? Let's entertain the idea for a moment and consider, what if Cthulhu really existed today? Before we dive in, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more cosmic horror content. Great, let's get started. Cthulhu is one of the most famous figures from H.P. Lovecraft's works, perhaps even more well known than the author himself. While cosmic horror enthusiasts are likely familiar with Lovecraft, the general public probably recognizes the name Cthulhu. Most people know him as a giant, tentacled, semi-divine creature, and that's largely correct. Now, there are plenty of Cthulhu explainer videos out there, so I'll assume most of you have at least a basic understanding of the cosmic order. Even if you don't, I'll clarify a few points along the way. So the big question, what if Cthulhu existed today? It's not too far-fetched to say he might already exist. In the past, he roamed above the waters like any great ancient one. Today, however, he seems to slumber eternally beneath the Pacific in his underwater city of R'lyeh. Let's assume there's a small chance that Cthulhu dwells in the depths, unseen by ordinary humans. If we accept this, we can say with some confidence that if Cthulhu existed today, not much would change. The world would keep turning, people would continue their lives, and dogs would still chase squirrels. But that's the simplest answer. The reality of a great ancient one like Cthulhu existing is far more complex. He has inspired many devoted followers, cultists, who formed groups, gatherings, and even larger cults dedicated to worshiping him and attempting to awaken him from his eternal slumber. As a great ancient one, Cthulhu once knew everything happening in the universe and understood things humans could never comprehend. He was willing to share some of this knowledge, for a price, through dreams with chosen humans. This led to the formation and spread of cults worldwide. Even while trapped beneath the sea, his followers continued their worship. The ocean is vast and deep, which weakens his telepathic communication, but it does not stop the cults from gathering and performing rituals. Their ritual often involves repeating ancient unknowable words. In his house at R'lyeh, dead Cthulhu waits dreaming. This can be interpreted in many ways, but most believe it means he waits for his followers to awaken him. As it is said, Cthulhu is not dead, and may eternally lie, and with strange eons even death may die. His quasi-immortality is a draw for many worshippers. If Cthulhu can live forever, why couldn't he grant that to his followers? It's not just humans who benefit. In the murky depths near Innsmouth, strange aquatic humanoids called Deep Ones also worship Cthulhu. The largest and most powerful of them grow indefinitely, and often mate with humans, creating hybrid offspring devoted to the dreamer. In summary, if Cthulhu existed today, there would be more cultists, perhaps some immortality, and gigantic aquatic creatures. Fun, right? But this all assumes he remains asleep. If he awoke, the story would be completely different. There are several ways this could happen. Some fictional scenarios, like in South Park, show Cthulhu being released accidentally and controlled temporarily, but that's just humorous speculation. In Lovecraft's works, summoning rituals sometimes open portals to R'lyeh, showing how followers might bring him into our world. If Cthulhu entered our reality, it would be catastrophic. Without his deep slumber holding back his legendary telepathy, he would be far more powerful than we could comprehend, subjugating Earth instantly. Loyal cultists would be rewarded, while non-believers would face immediate destruction. Classic cosmic horror. Human minds are too small to grasp it. Cthulhu's presence would also introduce other cosmic entities from the Cthulhu mythos, including his offspring, siblings, and ancestors, each bringing their own dangers. Humanity would face a much darker and more mysterious world. In conclusion, if Cthulhu existed today, we'd see a rise in cult activity, possibly immortality for some, and enormous aquatic horrors. If he awakened, we'd all be in serious trouble. Other beings from the mythos might appear as well, making the world far scarier than it is now. So what about you? Would you join the chanting or run away? Would a world with Cthulhu be better or worse than our own? And what's your favorite Lovecraftian horror from the Cthulhu mythos? Let me know in the comments. Today, however, he seems to slumber eternally beneath the Pacific in his underwater city of Relaya. Let's assume there's a small chance that Cthulhu dwells in the depths, unseen by ordinary humans. Most people know him as a giant, tentacled, semi-divine creature, and that's largely correct. He has inspired many devoted followers, cultists, who formed groups, gatherings, and even larger cults dedicated to worshipping him and attempting to awaken him from his eternal slumber. Their ritual often involves repeating ancient, unknowable words. In his house at Relaya, dead Cthulhu waits dreaming. In Lovecraft's works, summoning rituals sometimes open portals to Relaya, showing how followers might bring him into our world. It's not just humans who benefit. In the murky depths near Innsmouth, strange aquatic humanoids called Deep Ones also worship Cthulhu. If Cthulhu entered our reality, it would be catastrophic.